students. We now want to finalize on the operating systems. We already saw what an operating system is, and now, having known what it is and you want to purchase and install in your computer, it is important to know the factors that you should consider for you to get or to acquire the best operating system. And the factors that you are going to consider while you are purchasing an operating systems are as follows. The first one, we have the hardware configuration. When you talk of configuration, this is the compatibility. You find that there is an operating system that might not work with your hardware. You know the hardware is the physical, the tangible components of a computer. Therefore, you have to look for one that is compatible. Number two, we have the size of the computer. That is the size of the memory size in terms of memory, where you find that the hard disk might not be so big, or it might not have the capacity to hold a certain operating system since it is too large. Or maybe you have a big memory and you require one that can be bigger. Therefore, when you are selecting the operating system, you have to consider the memory capacity. For example, you find there are those that are compatible with lesser space. For example, if it is Windows, we have Windows. There are many types. We have the Windows 32-bit and 64-bit. Therefore, if I purchase like the one for 64-bit, it might not be compatible with hard disk for 20 GB. So you need a large memory. Another thing that you have to consider is the application software that you intend to put in your computer. We say that the application softwares are the software that help the user to accomplish a specific task. You find that this application software might not be compatible with a certain operating system, and therefore you have to know that the application that I want to use, if for example you want to install something like ArchiCAD or AutoCAD, and these are the softwares or application softwares that you use to design something, so you have to know which is the best operating system for you to purchase. Another one is user friendliness. Remember, we looked at several types of human computer interface or the user interface, and therefore when we talk of friendliness, we remember we talked of in the user interface we talked of command line interface, and we also looked at the graphical user interface and the menu driving. Therefore, which one are you familiar with? Which one relate, or which one do you find easier for you to apply or to use? You might find that the command line is a bit difficult to use it. We have the cost of the OS. Remember, what you buy is what you get. So you have to look for the one that is affordable. Actually, don't talk of it being cheap. We talk of affordability. Which one are you in a position to purchase? We have the reliability, and security. How secure is your operating systems? So we find that some of them might get challenges when you are using it because of data threats, or what we say. We have the threats. We have so many threats in computer. For example, the hacking, cracking, sabotage. So somebody might get a link in your computer without your knowledge. Therefore, it is good to look for the one that is reliable and has security features. We have so many ways of securing your data. One way, you might use the passwords. So make sure that the operating system that you are purchasing has the ability to install the passwords or data encryption. We have the number of processors. So when you talk of number of processors, you find that there are computers with many processors. In Form 1, the first topic, we looked at how we classified computers, where we had the mainframe, supercomputers, mini computers, microcomputers. So you find that, like, for example, the mainframe and the supercomputers have got more than one processors. Most computers that we are using, like here in school, are microcomputers, and finally have one processor. Therefore, the operating system that you are selecting should have or should be able to install the OS which is compatible with your processors or the CPU. And last but not least, number of users it can support. We talked of single user, multi-user. So if, for example, the computer you want to use with many people, it is good to install an operating system that can be used by more than one person. And that is the end of our lesson. For your assignment, you will do how you write points on how the operating system manages information. Thank you.